Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Hari Shoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Shoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Monatira Vanachari Monatira Vanachari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. See now, where are we? We're on Canto 3, Chapter 24. What text are we on? 28? Hare Krishna. I'm glad someone was paying attention. Okay. Canto 3, Chapter 24, verse 28. Bahu Janma Vipakvena Samyak Yoga Samidhina Dastrum Yatate Yataya Sunya Agareshu Yat Param Bahujama Vipak Vena Samyat Yoga Samadhina Drastum Yatante Yataha Sunyagareshu Yat Param Bahujanma Vipakvena Samyad Yoga Samadhina Drastum Yatante Yataha Sunyagareshu Yat Param Bahujanma Vipakvena Samya Yoga Samadhina Drastum Yatante Yatyaha Sunyagarveshu Yat Param
Bahujanma Vipakvena Samya Yoga Samadhina Drashtum Yatante Yata Shunyagareshu Yat Padam. Maharaj?
Bahujanma vipakvena
Bahujanma vipakvena
Samyagya samadhana Drashtam yate yataya Sanyagaresha yatpadam
Bahujanma vipakvena Samyak yoga samadhina Drashtum yatante yatayaha Shunyagareshu yatpadam
Bahujanma vipakvena Samyagya samadhina Drashtam yatante yataya Shunyagareshu yatpadam
Yagareshu yatpadam Bahujanma vipakvena Samyak yoga samadhina Drashtum yatante yatayaha Shunyagareshu yatpadam
Bahujanma vipakvena Samyak yoga samadhina Drashtum yatante yatayaha Shunyagareshu yatpadam
Mataji's.
Bahujannma vipakvena Samyayoga samadhina Drashtum yatante yatayaha Shunyagareshu yatpadam
Bahujannma vipakvena Samya yoga samadhina Trastum yatante yataya Sunya hareshu yatpatam
Online.
Bahujanma vipakvena
Bahujanma vipakvena
Samyak yoga samadhina
Samyak yoga samadhina
Drashtum yatante yataha
Drashtum yatante yatayaha
Shunyagareshu yatpadam.
Shunyagareshu yatpadam.
Hare Krishna.
Ready.
Many. Janma, after births. Vipakvena, which is mature. Samyak, perfect. Yoga samadhina, by trance and yoga. Drastum, to see. Yatante, they endeavor. Yataya, the yogis. Sunya agareshu, in secluded places. Yat, whose. Padam, feet. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. After many births, mature yogis, by complete trance and yoga, endeavored in secluded places to see the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Report. Some important things are mentioned here about yoga. The word bahu Jambavati means after many, many births of mature yoga practice. And another word, Samyam Yoga Samadhina, means by complete practice of the yoga system. Complete practice of yoga means bhakti yoga, unless one comes to the point of bhakti yoga or surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one's yoga practice is not complete. This same point is corroborated in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Banunam Jamanam Ante. After many, many births, the Jnani, who has matured in transcendental knowledge, surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Cardamon Muni repeats the same statement. After many, many years and many, many births of complete practice of yoga, one can see the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord in a secluded place. It is not that after one practices some steady posture, he immediately becomes perfect. One has to perform yoga a long time, many, many births, to become mature, and a yogi has to practice in a secluded place. One cannot practice yoga in a city or in a public park and declare that he has become God simply by some exchange of dollars. This is all bogus propaganda. Those who are actually yogis practice in a secluded place, and after many, many births, they become successful, provided they surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the completion of yoga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram. Practice in a secluded place. It's possible in previous ages, not recommended in this age. Age of Kali, we have faced all kinds of difficulties. Ponitai ki jai. Unfortunately, in the age of Kali, everything's contaminated. So it's very hard to find a secluded place to practice. I've tried. I've gone out and looked. I mean, I've been all over the U.S., been out in the deserts and down in Arizona, been out in Colorado, the mountains in Colorado, been out in Alaska. Trying to find a secluded place to practice yoga, very difficult. Plus, not to mention that, how long can you stay out there? All kinds of troubles and quarrels that you have to go through. You know, going out in the desert, there was a time that I'm going to spend a couple weeks out in the desert. I'm going to go find a place out in the desert, nice secluded place, and spend 2 weeks, out there and just meditate. Boy, I had to carry a lot of water. I carried like 5 gallons of water, along with the rest of the equipment, like, a tent and, a little bit of food for provisions and sleeping bag, boy, it was heavy. So I was, set to, hike way out in the desert, but boy, after 12 hours hiking, I figured, oh, this is far enough. But, get the tent set up and sit down. It's like, okay, I'm not going to move from this spot for 2 weeks. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh my God, what kind of bug is that? Oh man, there are all kinds of bugs out there in the desert. The desert is full of life. It's not deserted. It's full of life. All kinds of nasty looking bugs out there. I came across this bug that started approaching me. It looked like a cross between a spider and a scorpion. Kind of had like the front claws of a scorpion and the body of a spider, but they're called sun spiders out in Arizona. It was a big one, big one. I get up and I stand up. I'm like, I back up. I'm like, I want no part of this. And the thing is, they are attracted by the shadows because they're trying to find shade. So it was following my shadow, and I thought it was chasing me. I'm running around in circles in my campsite. All kinds of difficulties. You know, it's like camping out in Alaska. Oh man, the wildlife out there, the bears. Waking up in the middle of the night, hearing something outside your campsite. Yeah, it could be a nice big bear. All kinds of difficulties, trying to practice yoga in a secluded place in Age of Kali. So you can't expect to find fresh water. It's all contaminated in this age. And this age is so degraded that you're not going to find, fresh vegetarian food out on the trail. There's not a big plate of hot prasad waiting for you. All kinds of troubles. That's why Srila Prabhupada brought us this wonderful system of bhakti yoga to the West. We have a place to practice yoga now inside the temple. Sacred place, association of devotees, association of the deities, association of prasadam. This is very important because we're on the path of yoga in all different places, different times. Some of us have had more than enough births. We're like, oh man, I'm just so tired of this material world. Get me out of it. Just want to surrender to Krishna. Other of us, probably not so many as many births and still have attachments. We're all working on these attachments in life. Because with many births, there's a lot of karma that we got to purify. And that's done through bhakti yoga. We're trying to purify our good karma. We're trying to purify our bad karma. We're trying to get down to zero karma. We're not these new agers that say, oh, we want good karma. No, we don't want good karma. We don't want bad karma. We don't want any karma. Karma is just a guarantee that we're being more bound to this world, more entangled into this material world. So by performing bhakti yoga, we're purifying ourselves. Every time we chant the Maha Mantra, we're purifying ourselves. Maha Mantra is so important to chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bhakti yoga is so sweet. To many new beginners, it's very bitter. It's the complete opposite of the material world. Material world, you get this, dose of happiness and enjoyment up front. Right there, it's a quick dose, but it quickly fades away. Just about as soon as you get it, poof, it's gone. You have to do something else to get it. Poof, got it. Poof, it's gone. It's material world. And the thing about material happiness is that it's more like a poison in the end. The more you try to indulge, the more you try to gratify your senses with material sense enjoyment, the worse it gets. It's a depreciating return. You can only watch your favorite movie so many times before you get sick of it. You can only eat your favorite food so many times in a row before you get sick of it. You only listen to the same song so many times before you're like, oh my gosh, that song again? I've heard it 1,000,000 times this week. So it becomes much like a poison, just same like drugs and alcohol. They become a poison in the end. It's great enjoyment up front, but the more that you try to indulge, the more you try to find this, try to chase this happiness, the more that you become bound by chains. They're binding you to this material world, binding you to this sense enjoyment. They become very strong chains. And many times we go through lifetimes, many, many lifetimes bound by these sense enjoyments. That's why many times I say that we are powerless, because Krishna has given us the body to enjoy these things that we have sought after lifetime after lifetime. You know, there's people born natural alcoholics. There are people born natural drug addicts. Because those are the things that they sought after lifetime after lifetime. It's in their DNA. That's why I say we're powerless in so many ways. Because Krishna has given us that body. This is the reward of our past actions. And the only way to overcome this, it's not through sheer willpower. You're never going to do it on your own. You just can't do it on your own. Many have tried. But one sure thing that goes across the board is surrender to God. If you're trying to give up drugs and alcohol, there's a place called AA. When they're processed, they have a 12-step program. And the first steps on the program is acknowledging that you're powerless and accepting a higher power. Well, that's our first steps in Bhakti Yoga. No, knowing that we are powerless without the Supreme. But to overcome our addictions in life, it doesn't matter if it's drugs or alcohol or if it's pornography or, you know, internet addiction or addiction to food or addiction to sports or whatnot. These are all addictions that we're powerless to. We have to come to that realization, and we have to go before Krishna. Oh, Krishna, I'm powerless without you. Please increase my desire for you. Increase my desire more for you than these addictions. I beg you. Please, I want to hunger and thirst for you, Krishna, not for these. I don't want to hunger and thirst for these material addictions. You got to go before Krishna every single day and beg him. Take a spiritual master, surrender to a spiritual master, follow his instructions. Very important step. So we can't do this on our own. We don't know how to love and how to serve Krishna in love and devotion. We don't even know what love is. We know this perverted form of love. I love my car. I love my TV. I love my house. I love my dog. I love my cat. I love my little goldfish. I love all these things. It's an overused word in Age of Kali. We don't really know what love is. We only know that this perverted form of love is just things that we want in life, things that we enjoy in life. So it really takes the mercy of the spiritual master, his instructions to teach us how to love and serve in devotion. This is why that when you see we have a picture of a guru up on the altar. When the Pujari is performing his service, so he has a picture of his guru. And then you also have a picture of Prabhupada. You have a picture of his guru and the Sampradaya system going on. Because we're offering it to the guru first, because we don't know what love and devotion is. The Bhagavad Gita says, offer it to me with love and devotion. But how can we do that if we don't know how to do it? We have to offer it through the guru. Because guru, you offer it through the guru is offering it to his guru, his guru is offering it to his guru, and so forth, going all the way back to the Param system. This offering is being lifted all the way up to Krishna. So when you pray to the Gaur-Nitai, pray to your guru as well. Oh, please, help me desire you more than these material addictions, these material things in this world that are separating myself from Krishna. Because that's what's important. That's what leads us on in Bhakti Yoga. You have so many fake gurus out there. You got, you go down the street, go down to the plaza. You can pay someone to teach you yoga. There's a yoga studio right there. You could pay them. Do your stretches, do your breathing exercises. Not going to get you very far. Might make you a little bit more healthy. Might be more flexible. There's online gurus, There's people, self-proclaimed gurus that, kind of spout their own philosophy. So it's very important in Bhakti Yoga that we are a part of the Sampradaya system, especially part of the Lord Chaitanya system. Because only through a bona fide guru are we going to be able to experience the mercy of Krishna. And we can experience that transcendental taste that comes down. So I was saying before, Bhakti Yoga beginning, it's very bitter. Because we are so used to having our senses are so used to having this quick enjoyment, this quick nectar up front that quickly fades away, that's really empty in the long run, that you just can't hold on to. There's not a single thing in this material world that you can take and grab and you hold on to that's going to bring you happiness, and it'll keep happiness with you. Not a single thing. It just all disappears. With Bhakti Yoga, it increases over time. The bitterness goes away, especially once you take a guru. That mercy of Krishna is coming down. Guru is like a magnifying glass. You take a magnifying glass, you out on a sunny day and focus that beam of light, and you catch paper on fire, catch leaves on fire, sticks on fire. Guru is the same way. You focus the guru by following his instructions wholeheartedly, trying to please your guru. That way you can focus Krishna's mercy upon yourself. And as that bitterness falls away, the sweet nectar begins to rise. Oh, it's so sweet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everything becomes sweet in Bhakti Yoga. Whether you're chanting the Maha Mantra, whether you're seeing the deities, singing kirtan, listening to the Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, doing your service, doing your seva, sweeping the floor, cleaning, cooking, washing dishes. It all becomes pure enjoyment, fulfilling, something that's there to last, something that continues to grow. Not this material world enjoyment that's, it's quick up front and quickly disappears and leaves you feeling empty. Because Bhakti Yoga, even if you don't become purified enough to go back home to Godhead, let's say you fail this lifetime to get back home to Godhead. For everything that you've completed this lifetime in Bhakti Yoga, you take with you. There's nothing that diminishes. It's a worthwhile investment. While in the material world, anything you invest in the material world, it stays here. It's an illusion. You become the world's smartest person, go to all the greatest universities, get your PhD, multiple PhDs, get a Nobel Peace Prize, or Pell, whatever, all these rewards. But in the end, when death comes for you, that stays here. You can't take that with you. You're not going to wake up this next birth and be like, oh, I still have my PhD. It's already gone. You got to start over. Same thing with athletes. People are striving to become some of the best athletes in the world. Go to the gym every day, winning those gold medals. But eventually old age takes over and they're no longer the greatest. And death comes for them, and boom, they got to start over again. Can't take it with you. There's people out there trying to grab as much riches as possible so they can have all their sense enjoyment as much as they want. Become the most rich, richest, most powerful person in the world, buying up companies and whatnot, trading stocks, going on luxury cruises, flying in private jets. But then death comes for you. That wealth is not waiting for you on your next birth. It's gone. You can't even, set up a savings account for your next birth's name. You have no idea. You could be a monkey your next life for all you know. So Bhakti Yoga is the really only thing that we can invest our time into. And time is an investment. It's the most valuable investment in this world. There's nothing more valuable than time. There's not a single amount of wealth or gold that can buy back a single moment. A single moment. But yet, we're all wasting time all the time. People find pleasure in wasting time. Watching TV, watching movies, playing video games. I know I wasted a lot of time playing video games in the past, trying to get to the next level. So many hours wasted. And people are even more succumbed to video games now that, I can make advancement in this video game if I buy the armor and the sword that goes along with this. So people are spending money on imaginary things now to make their gameplay more fun. Isn't that ridiculous? They're playing a game to have fun, but then they're having to spend more money in the game to make it more fun. And some people spend thousands of dollars in these games, thousands of dollars on these online games that they play. And it's all nothing. In the end, a few years from now, the game's gone. It's a totally different game out there. People have wasted so much time and so much money on frivolous material things. Bhakti Yoga, that's a real investment in this world. And Srila Prabhupada through his sacrifice and his hard work, has brought us such a wonderful system that we are here to enjoy now. Are any questions or comments today? Yes, Prabhu.
So, thank you, Prabhu. This point that you mentioned about the bogus yogis or the professional yogis that will offer a class, and Prabhupada in the purport, he made that comment that you cannot claim to be God by some exchange of dollars. And this is something that many of the Prabhupada disciples tell us about. They paid for the mantra. That was culturally very prevalent, and now also people are getting paying subscriptions for meditation apps or retreats or whatever, and they have the audacity to think that they go all the way up to being God by some philosophy or stretching or whatever. So thank you for bringing that out.
Yeah, people will pay good money to be cheated in this age of Kali. It's very interesting. So many there's so many different kinds of. Is there a comment?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, Prabhuji, you did bring a very nice point about the things going on in the world at this time. Also, in the process of this meditation, currently the very high marketing thing about the transcendental meditation is going on. And they have marketed that to an extent that even the scientific community is quite lewd by it. In one way, it is good. However, the point is the process that is going on. I don't know whether this is a correct process. It takes you, according to the process which I was informed, it takes you to the level of the deeper understanding about self. But then I don't know what happens. But the scientific community is delving into the process of this consciousness, understanding your own self, and that too through the scientific process. So it is interesting in one way, but I am not sure, like what Prabhupada mentioned, that these things are only to understand the divine. So it was just a thought I wanted to share with everyone, like this TM, they are marketed as a TM, Transcendental Meditation. And I am seeing that lot of marketing of that.
Yeah. So much is being marketed. And the big drawback is you don't have a bona fide guru. You just might be leading yourself into another form of sense enjoyment. It's causing further entanglement. Because some people are just after the mystical side of it, and just drawn just to the mysticism side of it. That's an entanglement right there.
Yeah, they
Be careful.
about John.
In Bhakti Yoga, we can care less about the mysticism part of it. It's just a natural part of the process. But it's not something that we're desiring to seek after. We're desiring to seek Krishna only. So it's very one can get caught up in these all these other yogis and these transcendental meditation. If they don't have the proper guidance of a bona fide guru, they can get caught up in all kinds of entanglements. That's not going to help them out of this material world, but further bind them. Any last minute questions or comments before we wrap up class? Bhagavad Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.